going to demo how to do another one. Here's Dr. Mark. We just loaded up. This is a straight hammer strength bench. So notice Mark where he's got his hands, just below his chest. Nice, slow pressing motion, and now he's going to bring it in nice and slowly back down to his chest. You can see that a little bit better from this angle here. And then once he brings it all the way in, really trying to have a nice, smooth, almost like inhale and exhale, pushing back out. Ideally, you're counting somewhere between 5 and 10. Mark's doing about a 10. So here we have Dr. Mark. We're moving now to something for shoulders. So this is a military type of pressing machine. Again, notice Mark's starting position. His hands are just above his shoulders. It's a nice, slow pushing motion. Very focused. And then a gradual transition now, and resisting the weights as they're lowered. Again, the goal is to do this between 5 and 10 seconds with each lifting and each lowering motion.
I think you mentioned breathing and neck posture too.
So Mark said to mention breathing. So the goal here is to take about 5-second inhalations, 5-second exhalations. So not to be holding your breath. Easy to forget sometimes when your muscles are really straining to continue to breathe properly, but the goal is to do that. And the idea is to do enough weight so that you can do this lifting slow and lowering slow for about 60 to 90 seconds. Mark so far has been going about 1 minute and 20 seconds and is just finishing this series of military presses. And there he did. He went to exhaustion. Almost 2 minutes. So Mark's going to prepare to do leg press now. He's first adjusting the apparatus so he has the right fit for his body. Placing his legs feet about shoulder width apart. And now doing a slow push. Now lowering slowly. Now watch, notice as Mark's pushing, his knees won't completely lock out. So the muscles stay engaged the whole time.
Same thing on return, you don't stop.
And also on the return, the goal is to go right from the lowering to pushing back or lifting motion, again without taking the strain off your muscles. He's really working hard here on these last ones. Yay! Okay, so now we've moved to a hammer strength machine where Mark's going to demonstrate lat pull downs. I'll move back a little so you can see the entire apparatus. Notice how his hands are here. Has a nice grip. Pulling down nice and slowly. Now resisting it again nice and slowly as he lets the machine go back to the starting position. Doing a good job. Taking slow breaths to match his exertion. Mark's doing a little tucking motion here at the end to work his abdominals, an optional part of this exercise. Again, notice how slowly he's resisting the weights moving up and the smooth transition he makes to lift again once he's fully extended. So notice, again, he's not completely locking out as he goes up to the top, keeping the muscles engaged the entire time he's lifting for this. Again, the goal is somewhere between 60 and 90 seconds. If you're a little under or a little over, those are signals to add more weight if you're spending significantly more than a minute and a half before reaching fatigue, or to take a little weight off if you find that you can't lift what you've put on for a minimum of about 60 seconds. And now notice Mark's really making sure he gives his all as he's finishing this up. You really want to make an emphasis of working to failure on these. Again, the idea is to create the maximum stimulus for your body to adapt. Good job, Mark.
Okay.
Okay, Mark's sitting now for what we call rowing. Notice his starting position. We'll take a little bit from this angle. So notice Mark's nice, slow. This would be the lifting aspect of rowing, and now he's doing the lowering aspect. Again, lowering slowly to resist the weights to the maximum extent that you're able to do. Never completely really locking out. So he moves from the lowering right back into a slow lifting motion. And the same once he's lifted it all the way, using those back and shoulder and arm muscles, to starting to lower it slowly again. Notice what good posture he has. He's really putting all of the emphasis into his back and shoulders and arms, and not doing what's tempting to do, which is using your whole torso to rock back more and using that to pull the weights. The goal is to isolate the muscles and work specifically the muscles rather than trying to do more weight and just move the weight without paying that proper attention to the form with which you're lifting. Good job, Mark.